3, 2, 1, 0.
Roger, the clock is operating. We're underway.
You're loud and clear.
Roger, we're programming and roll okay. A little bumpy along about here.
Roger. Stand by for 20 seconds.
Roger. We're smoothing out some now, getting out of the vibration area.
Roger, you feel max Q, flight path is...
Roger, feels good through max Q and smoothing out real fine. Cabin pressure coming down by 7, okay, flight very smooth now. Sky looking very dark outside.
All Roger, reading you loud and clear 7, Cape is go, we're standing by for you.
Roger, Cape is go and I am go, our capsule is in good shape. Fuel 103, 102, oxygen 78,100, cabin pressure holding steady at 5.8, amps is 2.6. All systems are go, indicating 6 Gs. Roger, 0 G, and I feel fine. Capsule is turning around. Oh, that view is tremendous.
Roger, turnaround has started.
Roger, capsule turning around, and I could see the booster during turnaround just a couple of 100 yards behind me. It was beautiful.
Roger, 7, you have a go, at least 7 orbits.
Roger, understand go for at least 7 orbits. The Friendship 7 can see clear back a big cloud pattern way back across toward the Cape. We're all set. This is very comfortable at 0 G. I have nothing but very fine feeling. It just feels very normal and very good. Have very little dirt floating around in the capsule, just a little bit, and preparing to take xylos still at present time. This is Friendship 7, the head movements cause no sensations whatsoever. Feel fine, reach test, I can hit directly to any spot that I want to hit. I have no problem reaching for knobs and have adjusted to 0 G very easily, much easier than I really thought I would. I have excellent vision on the charts, no astigmatism or any malfunctions at all. I feel fine so far, over.
Roger, understand.
This is Friendship 7, have beautiful view of the African coast, both in the scope and out the window. Out the window is by far the best view. Part of the Canaries was hidden by clouds. Roger, how you doing, Gordo? We're doing real fine up here. Everything is going very well, over.
John, you sound good.
Roger, control fuel is 90,100, oxygen is 75,100, amps are 22. All systems are still go, having no problems at all. Control system operating fine, over. The only unusual thing I have noticed is a rather high, what would appear to be a haze layer, up some 7 or 8 degrees above the horizon on the night side. The stars, I can see through it as they go down toward the real horizon, but it's a very visible single band or layer pretty well up above the normal horizon, over.
Shortly, you may observe some lights down there. You want to take a check on them out to your right, over?
Roger, I'm all set to see if I can't get them in sight. Roger, I do have a lights in sight on the ground, over.
Just off to your right there?
That's affirmative. Just to my right, I can see a big pattern of lights. Apparently right on the coast. I can see a right on
Jesus Christ, Vince. welcome one and all to a post-Thanksgiving...
How was your Thanksgiving, Greedo?
One sec.
Not able to watch but wanted to say hi and to warn everyone to not watch too many TV spots. The movie is almost here. And 2, to ask which Mando director you look forward to returning the most. Happy holidays.
Dude, Vince Wynn, that is too generous of you. I greatly appreciate that, man. That before the stream even technically began, dude, coming in there hot with the channel support. And I greatly appreciate that, man. I hope you had a fantastic Thanksgiving. Our Thanksgiving was super lazy. Normally, it was different for my wife because my wife's mother passed away earlier this year. So it was our first Thanksgiving without her. So it was a little rough for her, but we just kind of were lazy throughout the day and hang out with my daughter and my parents, and we were super lazy, and it was just perfect. It was perfect. So, and I had a full meal of leftovers for lunch today, and I had a full meal of leftovers for dinner today, and I'm also going to have a full meal of leftovers for lunch tomorrow as well. It's too much. But Vince says, warn everyone not to watch too many TV spots. You know, I actually haven't really watched any. Other than, like, when I rock my daughter for a nap, I'll see, like, Star Wars will post another TV spot or something like that on Twitter. And I don't watch them with the sound on, and occasionally I'll just scroll by it or something like that. And, you know, we're down to the wire now, Vince. We're at the home stretch or the straightaway. And, you know, I've seen what I want to see. I don't need to see anything else. I don't need to make videos about TV spots. I don't need to talk about TV spots. You know, I'm perfectly happy being in the dark with what is being shown in those TV spots. Because as I always say, I want to go in as blind as possible. I'm perfectly fine watching a couple trailers, but TV spots and stuff like that, they just start showing more and more. And I kind of just want to sit back, you know. But yeah. The movie is almost here. And 2, to ask which Mando director you look forward to returning the most. Happy holidays. Ooh, interesting. Let me look at season 1 and see who directed which episodes. Episode 2 is still my favorite. That was what was her name? She's no, never mind. Oh yeah. Was it? Yeah. Rick Femiyawa? I can't remember how I pronounced that, or how I incorrectly pronounced that in my video. I'm sure I did. Femiyawa. Did I say Femiyawa? I can't remember. So far, he's directed my favorite episode of The Mandalorian. As I said in my video about episode 2, I have never seen anything that he's done before, but that episode blew me away. I don't know if you can credit a lot of it to director or writer or whatnot, but dude, it was fantastic. Episode 1 was directed by Dave Filoni, correct? Yeah. Episode 3 was directed by Deborah Chow, who is spearheading, I believe, the Obi-Wan Kenobi show. So yeah, the director of episode 2 so far, just judging by which... Oh, he's okay, let's see. Sorry, guys, I'm kind of rambling here. He's coming back. The director of episode 2, my favorite episode so far, is coming back for episode 6. So I guess that's the one I'm most excited for, I think. But, you know, a lot of that can be attributed to maybe a different script. Maybe they had more to play with, and that kind of stuff. But yeah, so Rick Femiyawa, I believe that's how you pronounce it, is probably the director that I'm most looking forward to coming back, just because he's directed my favorite episode so far in this series. But dude, happy holidays right back to you, man. Hope you have a fantastic rest of your weekend. Thanks for dropping in. I greatly appreciate that, man. Too kind this afternoon, or this evening, rather. And Christopher Donahue, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support as well, man. Love the content, Greedo. Love your channel, man. Can't wait until December 19th. Well, I greatly appreciate the kind words, Chris. Yeah, December 19th. It's hard to believe that that's less than... Well, there's some big events going on in December, Chris. Me and my wife are closing on our house. We're moving in on the 11th. And then we turn around and we see some Star Wars, right? The following week. hard to believe. That's just crazy to me. Yeah, that's crazy to me. Let me see. Wednesday, boom. Yeah, the following week, the 19th. We close on a Wednesday. Go to see Star Wars on the 19th. Insane. Insane, man. But I appreciate that. I'm glad you dig the silly stuff that I've been making. I haven't been very active within the past week or so. You know, holidays, bunch of... I actually had some freelance gigs that I had to knock out. So, yeah, stuff like that. And I have a McClunky video scheduled to upload tomorrow. Working on a Clone Wars video, and also a Questions from the Fleet. Hoping to get that, you know, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Boom, 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 boom. But anyway, Chris, I appreciate the kind words and the channel support tonight. I hope you had a fantastic Thanksgiving. I hope you have a fantastic weekend, man. And Carter Lovejoy, word of advice, don't get in the way of fan outrage and online agendas for The Rise of Skywalker, and just make your own opinion, and don't let anyone drag you down south, and stay heavily off the internet for spoilers. That's all very good advice. Yeah, that's all very, very good advice. You know, there's a lot of... I was thinking about this earlier, how... well, first of all, yeah, spoilers. I don't understand why anybody would want to go into a movie knowing things that already happened, right? Or you got to be kind of very, very aware. Whenever there's a new Star Wars movie coming out, I usually take 4 or 5 days and I just go dark. I don't check any notifications. I don't look at any social media. If I do, it's only to post, and I don't look at anything. That's important. You know, I have zero desire to go to see a movie with it being spoiled. To talk about the first part of your super chat there, man. You know, there's a lot. It does remind me a lot of the early 2000s, the 99 forum era, the prequel era. And if you guys were alive and well in that era and online and active in kind of the fandom, you would know that it was just as crazy, but now it's just louder, more verbose, and you know, it's monetizable. You can make money pumping out the same shit every single day, feigning outrage, seeing problems where problems don't exist, seeing every single minor thing as a transgression in some grand dumb shit culture thing that you have an issue with. It's very strange how people can spin the simplest things into this grand conspiracy, or see it through a lens that puts it in like something to be easily outraged about, and then they can pump more articles out. Boom, boom, boom. Let's get mad. Let's get mad. Let's get mad. Let's make money. It's creepy. It's transparent. And, you know, it's fine if you don't like a thing. There's a lot of Star Wars I don't like. But when it just becomes like a game of whack-a-mole, what you're going to be like discussing and outraged about today, you're kind of showing your colors of being really fucking stupid and goofy. But yeah, it's weird, man. It's disheartening, but you know, it's a growing pain. It's an internet growing pain. This is the first time in human history that we've been able to communicate, right? On such a grand scale. There's going to be some bumps and bruises along the way. You know, bullshit's going to rise to the top. If it bleeds, it leads. Negativity rises to the top. Conjecture rises to the top. Salacious headlines rise to the top. It's nothing new. It's just a growing pain that we're going to have to get over, right? As human beings with the internet for the first time. It's weird. But yeah, Carter, I appreciate that. Stay spoiler-free, my friends. David Watches Movies, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. I greatly appreciate that, man. The Mandalorian has me all nostalgic for Firefly. Have you ever seen it or any other Joss Whedon shows, Buffy, Angel, etc.? Funny that you mentioned Joss Whedon, David. What did we turn on today? Oh, Toy Story. I had no idea that he was a part of Toy Story. We were my daughter's a little sick today, so she wasn't her normal like running around self. Let me see. Yeah, Joss Whedon Toy Story had an until Joss Whedon saved it. So I had no idea that Joss Whedon rewrote the Toy Story script. Did you guys know he had any involvement in Toy Story? I mean, he wrote the screenplay. It's crazy. I had no idea. His name popped up in the credits when we turned on Toy Story earlier today, and I was like, oh wow, I had no idea. So yes, I've seen all of Firefly. I love it, and a lot of people want a second season. I kind of don't, David. I kind of like the idea that it's just kind of a one and done. It's just a little diamond, among a bunch of rocks. It's just kind of a great little sci-fi story, gunslingers, fun. It's an absolute blast. I can totally see, David, how you see the comparisons for sure. But yeah, I love that show, man. I've never seen, well, I take that back. I'm sure I've seen a few episodes of Buffy when it was first coming out when I was a kid. Don't think I'd ever seen any of Angel before. So no, I've really only seen Firefly, and that's about it. Serenity was great. But yeah, I like, whenever that gets brought up, like, do you wish they did a second season of Firefly? Oh, Firefly was great, but they only did one season. I'm always like, I know, but isn't that season so great? Isn't it so great? Do you really want them to do a second season? It might only go downhill. Let's just keep this perfect little nugget of awesomeness right there, just so we can keep watching it, right? Right? I just like it. It's that thing. It's just awesome. Let's not push it. Let's not push it. But yeah, David, I appreciate that, man. Every once in a while, I get the itch to go back and watch some Firefly for sure. Probably the last time that I watched the season, from start to finish, I'm gonna say that was probably 4 or 5 years ago. Is the last time that I watched it from start to finish. So it's been a little while. I wouldn't mind sitting down and watching it again. But yeah. What is Firefly streaming on now, if any of you know? I don't know, actually, Rocket King. I feel like I've seen it on Amazon Prime. Firefly streaming. I don't remember where I watched it either. 4 years ago. Hulu. Apparently it's on Hulu with a subscription. Yeah. Nice. Love me some Firefly, though. Season 2 would probably not... David, I agree wholeheartedly about that. That with Firefly, Season 2 would probably not be as good as the hype surrounding it. Season 1 is awesome. Yeah. I mean, I would be surprised if they never made a Season 2. I could just see, like, 15 years from now... I'm surprised it already hasn't happened, to tell you the truth, David. With the kind of comeback shows, the new seasons of shows that were long dead, I'm legitimately surprised that we haven't gotten a second season of Firefly. But that's not a bad thing. You still planning on continuing your Clone Wars watch? Yep, Alan. After The Mandalorian finishes up, after Rise of Skywalker, I believe The Mandalorian's final episode is a week after The Rise of Skywalker comes out, right? Something like that. So yeah, then I'll have January and February until the new season comes out. So, yep, that's my plan, is to watch the rest of the Clone Wars before the new season comes out. And instead of doing single episode videos, I'm going to do, full arc videos. Just make it a little more time manageable, and whatnot. But yeah. Yeah, I definitely see that too, David. Nathan Fillion strikes me as the kind of person that'd try to wrangle the cast together for like a reunion short film. Yeah, I could see that. That sounds like fun, Jedi Prime, sorry guys. A little burpee. Can't wait for episode 9, doing a Star Wars marathon with my brother and dad, and just watch the new episode of The Mandalorian. Nice, man. What's your opinion on the Clone Wars show? I really like it. Samuel Jensen. Yeah, it took a little while for me to warm up to it because I feel like the first episodes, the first arcs that I watched, didn't really do much for me. There's a lot of hits and a lot of misses. There's a whole lot of misses for me. But when it's good, man, it's really good. I actually wrote and shot a video called, and I'll probably get it out on Sunday. It's just called "The Clone Wars Made Me Fall in Love with Another Side of Star Wars," and I just wrote a little script, just like 5 minutes long, of me just talking about why the Clone Wars legitimately made me fall in love with a different side of Star Wars that I never really cared about or even considered before, But no, I like it a lot. Not as much as most, it would seem. Because again, there's a lot of misses along with the hits, right? But well, yeah. Do you want to see Cal Kestis pop up in other Star Wars media, Andre? No, I if he does, that's fine, completely fine. And I honestly have no preference either way. But I kind of like the idea of certain characters kind of staying in certain media, right? I kind of like the idea of like a video game character staying in video game. I'm sure they'll make comic books and stuff like that, but it's not something that I necessarily want or need, and it's not necessarily something that I'm against either. So, I guess bring it on, but if they don't, I'm fine with it. But yeah. What chapter do you think Bill Burr will appear in, Nathan Ramos? I honestly thought, Nathan, that that this was going to be the episode that Bill Burr would pop up in, because I thought the Cara Dune character was going to be like a part of the same crew that Bill Burr was a part of, right? I thought this was just going to be a crew or something like that. That still could be the case, but. I don't know. I've been like every episode, man. I kind of wait for it. I'm like, is this the one? Is this the one? Is this the one? But I don't know. I'm gonna say the next one. So that was episode 4. We got 5, 6, 7, 8. We got 4 more. That's hard to believe. I'm guessing the next one. How about that? I'm not betting. I'm not putting money down. But I'm guessing the next one, man. I need to do a Star Wars marathon. I do too, man. But I don't think I'll be able to before we go to the theater. Too much going on, moving, all sorts of stuff. I'm sure we'll watch The Force Awakens and Jedi Fallen Order, The Last Jedi before we go see The Rise of Skywalker. I don't know if we'll have much time to watch anything else, to tell you the truth. Would you want a sequel to Fallen Order? Leo GR. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. 100%. Yeah. I would be very surprised if this wasn't turned into a series. I have no idea if that's going to be the case, but Jedi : Fallen Order, and then you could have Jedi : Rise of, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like it sounds like it's kind of prefaced to be a series. Could be wrong, but it just feels that way. Your first Star Wars action figure? What was my first Star Wars action figure, Joe? Dude, I don't even remember. I mean, as I've said, I don't really have memories before Star Wars was a part of my life. It's always been there. I mean, I remember playing with my old, like, I really don't even know, man. I had my cousin had like early 1978 action figures, and I occasionally played with those. Even though I was born in 86, he kind of let me play around with them. I honestly have no idea. Don't remember what my first Star Wars action figure was. My very first action figure ever was the Flash. Let me look that up. I'm curious if I could find. I think it was made in 1985. 1985 Flash action figure. Yep. Wow. 1985. Here, yep. Perfect. This is the exact one that I have. 1985 Kenner DC Superpowers action figure Flash. The legs are so, like, there's no tension in the legs. I still have it. That was my first ever action figure. Hell yeah. Frankie L. Many fans were hating on this revealed clip for The Rise of Skywalker, the one where they say they fly now. Do you think it deserves such hate? Of course not. Dumb shit, man. That's a fun... When dude, it's so weird to me. When I watch these clips and stuff like that, I sit back and go like, damn, that feels like Star Wars. Or hell yeah, that's a fun scene. And then I go online and I'd see that people are upset about it. And I'm like, is this real? Are these people really upset about this? What's really strange to me, Frankie, and look, I grew up, I saw, the prequels when I was a teenager. I grew up and I was just disappointed with them through and through. I used to go to Titan Comics in Atlanta and just listen to nerd conversations, bitch and moan about these new movies. I was active in Star Wars forums and whatnot in the early 2000s, late 90s. And I've seen people complaining all the time. And it's weird to me to see a lot of those fans of the movies that I didn't like grow up and now they're like just throwing stones at all this shit that I like. You know what I mean? It's very strange because I feel like the new movies feel like the movies that I grew up with and loved. And it's just very interesting how this like kind of generational ebb and flow is going with the franchise. And it's so apparent. And now that we have a third generation of movies, and I don't know, it's really interesting to see. I don't know. Just, goddamn, I don't know why people get so upset. It's and a part of me is like, is this real? Like, are people really upset about this? A fun little moment in Star Wars. It's weird to me, man. It was golly. It's fun. Oh well. People have to feign outrage for sure. About everything. And it gets amplified, right? It gets amplified by people who are trying to fight against it. It gets amplified by those people who are trying to roll their eyes at it instead of just ignoring the stuff on Twitter and whatnot. It gets amplified even bigger. It's so weird. Do you want DLC? DLC for Jedi Fallen Order? Oh yeah, absolutely. But if I had to choose between DLC or a new game, pump all the resources into a new game. I don't know if there is any plan to have DLC for Jedi Fallen Order. No clue. But if there's not, I won't be disappointed. But yeah, I'm really curious what is going to come in the future. That's. I know we just got a really fun, awesome, mind-blowing single-player Star Wars game, and we should be patient. But I am very curious what else they have planned, But yeah. Are you looking forward to the Battlefront 2 DLC? Oh yeah, absolutely. The Rise of Skywalker DLC has me most intrigued, just because we don't know what's coming. We don't know what map it's going to be. We don't know anything about what's coming. That's what has me kind of the most excited for that. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it for sure. It's always fun playing a new map in a new when a new movie's coming out, right? When Solo was coming out, we got a new map. When Rogue One coming out, new map. Jedi Fallen Order, Last Jedi, new map. All that stuff. Force Awakens, we got Force Awakens stuff, but yeah. Vince Wynn, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. Bum you out, there will be no stuffed Baby Yodas out this year. I was going to get everyone I know for Christmas. Baby Yoda is happiness. It's funny to me, I love a lot of the stuff that happens between the Mandalorian and Baby Yoda, because as a dad, you just kind of, I don't know. They do a very good playful job of kind of, you know, don't touch that. That's not a toy, and then just letting them play with it, right? Am I bummed out? I actually hadn't thought about it until I saw somebody post something a few days ago on Twitter about how there's like no Baby Yoda Mandalorian stuff or something like that. Maybe that was like a week or two ago. I don't know. So, no, I'm not bummed out about it, but if there was going to be one before Christmas, and maybe there is, I just don't know, I would probably get one for my daughter. I'll have to keep an eye out. I don't know if anything's coming for that, but yeah, when one comes out, I'll grab it for the old daughter. I think she would get a kick out of it. She likes her Chewbacca. I say, what does Chewbacca say? She goes, her. I go, who says? She goes, Chewbacca. Adorable. But yeah, I'm sure eventually there'll be a whole bunch. And it's kind of surprising that there isn't, right? It's perfect for like not spoiling anything, but it's just kind of surprising. It's kind of a nice break too, right? Anyway, yeah, Baby Yoda's happiness for sure. And the Rocket King, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. Greedo, what would be the premise of a Star Wars film or show directed by you? Well, first of all, thank you so much. And secondly, it would be ass, and I would never want that opportunity because it would be horrible. But if I was forced, if I was told, you know, sit down in this director's chair, make this Star Wars movie, or else what? You don't want to know. Then I would come up with the premise that we would look at the Star Wars galaxy way back, before the events of, you know, the original trilogy, the prequels, before the Old Republic, way back in the past, in the Star Wars galaxy, and we would kind of focus on the first people who discovered the Force. I've always viewed the Force as kind of like gravity in a way, right? It's always been there. It just took somebody to figure it out and discover it. And maybe we could kind of follow these characters who discover the Force, discover that they can bend it to their wills and wishes, discover that they can harness this power. You could see factional splintering. You could see some people wanted to hoard it for themselves for personal gain. Some people might want to democratize it and spread it throughout the galaxy, believing that this power should be known by everybody. And some people would want to destroy its knowledge because, you know, fearing it would get in the wrong hands. I think a show like that, or a movie or something like that would be interesting. But yeah, it would be very different, right? The Force wouldn't be very present. It would be just kind of something that gets discovered. If that makes sense. So that's kind of, whenever that question or something like that gets brought up, that's kind of what I always go towards. It wouldn't be very Force heavy, right? Because it's a power. It's something that it gets discovered or whatnot. Is kind of, yeah. And I don't know if that would spoil too much of the mystery, but I kind of like the idea because it's different, right? It just goes to a different era, completely different concept, exploring new ideas in Star Wars. But yeah, that's kind of what I would want, I think. But I appreciate that channel support this evening, Rocket King, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend, man. I'm so turned around since Thursday was Thanksgiving. Everybody was off. Friday, everybody's off. Saturday is tomorrow. Yeah, Saturday's tomorrow. Sunday's okay. I am so turned around. But yeah. JCM Painting, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support tonight, man. Thank you so much. I don't. The backwards hat dinosaur with the thumbs up. All right. What are those called? Super stickers? Super. What are those called, JCM? I can't remember. I wish it would pop up on the screen, because it doesn't pop up on the screen, right? Like as text does. I don't know what it says. I don't know. Streamlabs needs to update their stuff so these super stickers or whatever they're called can appear on the face of my stream. But dude, thumbs up dinosaur, backwards hat right back at you, man. Super sticker. What was I saying? Super sticker? I think maybe not. I can't remember what I was saying. But dude, thank you so much, man. Happy Thanksgiving. I hope you had a good little Thanksgiving there, and I hope you're enjoying your weekend, or what's to come of the weekend. But I appreciate that super sticker. I think you're the second person to do super stickers. I think. I know. I'm pretty sure Vince has done super stickers. I think he's the only one who's done super stickers. I'm not too sure. But, all right, ladies and gentlemen, I got to hop off. We are going to order some stuff for Black Friday for my daughter for Christmas, because some things that are on sale that we're getting, like a play kitchen set and a teepee and fun things like that for the new house. So, all right, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. I hope you had a fantastic Thanksgiving. Hope you had a good week. The weekend is upon us. Enjoy it, man. Have fun. I have a video coming out tomorrow. I think it's called just, oh my God, they changed it again. McClunky. I think that's what I called it. Something stupid. And then Sunday, I'm hoping to do a Clone Wars video. That's not an episode video. It's just kind of a different spin, a different take on Clone Wars. And then questions from the fleet. Hoping either Sunday as well or Monday. So, oh, Caleb Kim, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support, man. Speaking of your Star Wars, what are your thoughts on the canceled Game of Thrones writers trilogy supposedly being the origin of the Jedi? No worries, Caleb. I had heard that was the case. I don't know if that was actually the case or if that was just kind of a rumor. You know how those things go. I don't know if it's canceled or if they're just off the project. Maybe the concept, maybe the story is still on the table, and somebody else is going to take over. I like that. I like that idea. That's kind of what I've been saying for years. Like you guys have probably heard me give that spiel about the origin of the Force and the people that discovered it 100 times over the past 5 years since I've been saying that kind of stuff. I kind of agree with Virgil down there. Let the origins of the Jedi be a mystery, I say. Not everything needs to be explained. I completely agree. But in terms of giving us something different in Star Wars, in terms of, not continuing kind of the same era that we've kind of been mulching over through multiple movies, multiple shows now. If they're going to do something different, I think that would be very, very different. And maybe a breath of fresh air for the franchise, something wildly different than what we've ever seen before and what we expect, right? But so yeah, maybe it's not canceled, Caleb. Maybe they're just off the project. Maybe it was about the origin of the Jedi. Maybe that was just some rumor, some conjecture that got kicked around the internet like things often do. If that's the case, I like the idea, but at the same time, I'm a little torn because I like the mystery. Mystery's good. Nothing wrong with mystery. Not everything needs to be explained, right? Oh, yeah. Anyway. Hell yeah, Sonny. Going on the Grand Circle road trip in December. Thanks for making the video. Really helped a lot with planning. Good to hear. Good to hear. That's one of my favorite videos I've ever made. So, I'm glad it was able to help you guys. You're gonna have so much fun. So much fun. We want to do that again as soon as possible. But yeah, I'm glad. I love hearing that. So thanks for sharing that. I'm glad it helped. And if you guys don't know what Sonny's talking about, I'll link a Grand Circle. I'll link my video in the chat, and you can watch it or not. There we go. Boom. Is that the right one? Yeah. There we go. Perfect. All right. Cool. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Have a great weekend. Let me run down the list. Caleb Kemp, JCM Painting, The Rocket King, Vince Wynn, David Watches Movies, Carter Lovejoy, Christopher Donahue, and Vince Wynn. Thank you guys so much for the channel support this evening. I greatly appreciate it. I will be streaming tomorrow, probably some Jedi Fallen Order. If not that, maybe some Battlefront. But, alright guys, enjoy your weekend if I don't see you tomorrow. If I don't see you tomorrow, catch you on the flip side. Sound good? Alright, enjoy your evening, your morning, wherever the hell you are on planet Earth. And I'll see you when I see you. See ya!